We can easily understand God's will in choosing David as a king by turning to 1 Samuel chapter 17. Let's look at chapter 17, verse 12 together. Now David was the son of an Ephrathite named Jesse, who was from Bethlehem in Judah. Jesse had 8 sons, and in Saul's time he was very old. Jesse's 3 oldest sons had followed Saul to the war. The firstborn was Eliab, the second, Abinadab, and the third, Shammah. David was the youngest. The 3 oldest followed Saul, but David went back and forth from Saul to tend his father's sheep at Bethlehem. For 40 days, the Philistine came forward every morning and evening and took his stand. His brothers went to war, but David was still young and apparently not in a position to go to the war. Therefore, he ended up running errands and taking care of the sheep. One day, his father Jesse asked him to take something to his brothers. Upon his arrival at the battlefield as requested, he saw Goliath, a Philistine general who was greatly insulting Israel and blaspheming God repeatedly. However, everyone who heard this was intimidated by Goliath's presence. Trembling in fear, without a single person daring to confront or think of defeating Goliath. Even King Saul, a veteran warrior, was trembling, not daring to confront Goliath. And David's brothers Eliab, Abinadab, and Shammah were all trembling as well. David, who may have been weak physically, but was strongest at heart, stepped forward. I've been keeping my father's sheep when a lion or bear came and carried off a sheep from the flock. I went after it, struck it, and rescued the sheep from its mouth. This uncircumcised Philistine will be like one of them, because he defied the armies of the living God. He showed his strong resolution. Thus, a confrontation occurred between David and Goliath, the Philistine general. You come against me with visible weapons, but as the messenger of the Lord, I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, with invisible power. This led to a confrontation between David and Goliath. In the end, the great warrior Goliath was brought down by the hand of David. One thing we can consider here is that all these people also believed in God. Saul believed in God, and so did the officers under him. Additionally, there were many valiant officers who could be considered veterans due to their frequent participation in battles. Of course, David's older brothers were also involved. As we look at this scene, we might wonder, why did God choose David, who seemed weakest in the eyes of men? How does God set his criteria for his choices? What does he look at? God saw in David's heart that he was immediately capable of this. Therefore, in this age as well, hoping that you too have a greater faith in God in the unseen realm of faith, rather than focusing on outward appearances, I would like to conclude today's sermon. Thank you very much.